All right. So here's a question that I've always wanted to ask you is because now that you have been in the SKs for a while and are doing well, won championship, won a bunch of races, but you went from the late models to the MRS, which had a higher level of competition at the time, I would say, right? So what made you decide to take that jump instead of going SK racing?
I think it was the engine prices at the time, to be honest with you. To go modified racing, it was expensive to build an open motor, and that's like when the motor wars were happening with, Larry's Auto Machine, Billy the Kid, Pettit.
Yeah,
he had all these people building motors, and I think we got a pretty good deal on a fresh motor for like the same price as an SK motor.
Yep.
And we had to kind of pick what to do, and that's just what we did. In hindsight, I wish we didn't. I wish we just went SK racing.
So that was 2010 was your last, that was your second late model title, right? No,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, 2010.
And then, so 2011, you went MRS racing?
We went MRS racing like dopes. We probably shouldn't have, but we did.
Well, the reason why I was bringing that timeline in, because the spec engine became a thing in when, 2013?
Yeah.
A couple of years later?
Right. Like, they were kind of testing it out, I think, right before we came back in 2014.
Yeah.
Is when we went back to the Speedbowl.
I'm trying to remember, was Tyler the last one that won with an open motor, or did he have a spec motor? I think he had an open motor.
Yeah, because
that was 2012.
Yeah, because I remember, I think if I remember right, Mark Bakai was one of the first ones to have an open motor. Billy the Kid spec motor.
Yep.
And I had bought that off of him because I knew they were going that way the next year. And Bakai was getting out of, I think they were going into where he was at.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. In hindsight, you should have went SK racing, but like, do you have any, was there any positives that, how many years did you run MRS? 2 years?
We ran 2011, 2012, and part of 13.
Yeah.
It's like my MO, never run a full season because we're idiots for trying to race. But yeah, we just had, we had some good runs, really good runs. I think we had a couple second place runs. Thompson, we ran really well.
Yeah.
Waterford, we were always fast, but just had problems. It was a tough division. There's so many cars back then. It's kind of like what Tri-Track is now.
It was stout back
was
then.
MRS
right?
then. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
So it was probably not the right place to go try to learn how to drive a modified. I think I just figured that out last year.
Right.
Maybe this year. So
I mean, when you think about the Tri-Track field now, right? I mean, did Hirschman run MRS? Not really, right? But back then, Justin Bonsignore was riding in Art Berry's car. So, like, it was still an equivalent. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And
back then, though, you had guys like Anna Maruno, whatever his name was, right? Vinny. And
yeah, Richard Savory was a fast car.
Savory
in the
was
99.
running weekly. There was a lot of good cars. Rowan
Teddy was in the 00, the Brady car.
McKennedy.
Right? Rowan Pennick. Yep.
McKennedy killed everybody before I started running there with his 73. Pashak won a bunch. Back then.
Yeah. Chris was really good.
A lot of cars, just a lot of good talent.
That series was on the verge of really being what the Tri-Track is today. There was that many good cars.
Yeah.
When they showed up at the bowl, I couldn't wait. It was
a big deal.
It was a huge deal.
The True Value modified series.
The True Value.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah. No,
really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing. True
Yeah.
Value? That's weird.
They just claimed bankruptcy, by the way.
Did they
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, okay, so wow, so you started going SK racing 2014. Damn, you've been running SKs for 10 years now?
Well, kind of, sort of. Like,
I mean, yeah, I know you've had some light seasons, but
we didn't run there the year it wasn't open, obviously. Nobody did.
Right.
And then like 17 we ran Thompson when like we didn't know what to do.
yeah.
Just we didn't know what was going on with the facility and
right.
stuff,
Yep.
and
Yep.
people were leaving and officials were leaving, and just it was that.
Did you run their full schedule that year?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think we did. Yeah.
Who was running the track then? That wasn't Terry, was it?
I can't remember.
It wasn't Veneta, wasn't there?
Maybe.
Right?
Maybe.
He might have been.
Or Terry. Terry, maybe.
That's what I was thinking,
I think it was
too.
Terry because I think
You were fast too there.
yeah, we were okay.
Oh yeah, you were good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were real
I
good.
think Terry had it
Yeah.
because he ran a couple Sunday shows. Like maybe it was Terry. I can't remember.
How were the fields back then?
Good. They had
Yeah.
like 20 cars.
Todd and Keith and all those guys
Yep,
are there?
Priest
Yeah.
sometimes.
Priest, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Woody sometimes in the 6.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep.
God, who else raced?
Teddy in a 00.
Yo, no, Teddy ran, I think, Jensen's car.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, the
Then
79.
because I didn't know if that was.
Yeah.
I forget Jimmy Page, who he had in there.
Oh, you're talking about that was always was that an MRS car or an open car all the time? Or
No, it
was
was an SK.
It
Yeah.
was.
So Woody was in it. So you know who else
Yeah,
was in
because
it?
Woody won the Bud
yeah.
Nats at the bowl in
You're
that
right.
car. Yeah,
You're right.
Teddy drove it for a long time. It was an SK. I think like pretty much after Thompson started running weekly, I think is when Page kind of made it a tour mod. I think. I don't know if that was by design or just coincidence, but
Yeah, because it wasn't. It was Brady's car that I'm thinking about.
that was the
That
MRS
was the
car.
MRS
that
car,
yeah,
the open car.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep, and New Smyrna. Teddy would always go to New Smyrna.
Yep.